नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्जायाणं नमो लोये सौवसाहुं मङ्गलं भगवान् वीरो मङ्गलं गौतमो गणी मङ्गलं कुन्द कुन्दाद्यो जैन धर्मोस्तु मङ्गलम् सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्य सर्वकल्याणकारकं प्रधानं सर्वधर्माणां जैनं जयतु शासनं जैनं जयतु शासनं जैनं जयतु शासनम्. So welcome to Parmagam Honors Sem 1 classes. We are into Vitrag Vigyan part 3 and today we will start with chapter 7. Path to Liberation. Mukti ka Marg, the path to liberation. This is based on Purusharth Siddhi Upay written by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. So we already had some discussion on Purusharth Siddhi Upay in the context of non-violence. Okay, that day we had discussed some verses from Purusharth Siddhi Upay. Today, first we will be seeing the introduction of Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. Of course, we had done it earlier also, but I will just quickly run through it. Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev is second only to Kunkund Acharya in the galaxy of spiritual saints. It is a matter of regret that we do not know much about this great Acharya of about the 12th century, except whatever is known from his writings. So Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev was here in the 12th century. Not all of the text, but three of the text of Kunkund Acharya Dev among the 5 Parmagams, Pravachan Sar, Samay Sar, and Pravachan Sar, Samay Sar, and Panchastikay. These 3, Kunkund Acharya Dev is the original writer, and Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev has done a commentary on that, all these 3 books. Always disinterested in fame and other worldly aspirations, Acharya Amrit Chandra, after writing great treatises, says words were formed with letters and sentences with words. Sentences gave to rise to this holy scripture. I have done nothing. So this is in Purusharth Siddhi Upay. In the end, Acharya writes that this has all been done automatically. I am not doer of all these things and I have done nothing. The same feeling has been expressed in Tatvat Sar. Pandit Asadarji has called him Thakur, which shows that he must have been connected with some high Kshatriya family. So again, Tatvat Sar is a commentary on Tatvat Sutra, and this is again written by Acharya. The commentary is written by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, and the original scripture is written by Acharya Uma Swami. So Umaswamy was in the 2nd century and Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev was there in the 12th century. So there is a huge gap. Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev wrote everything in Sanskrit. Acharya Kunkun Dev wrote everything in Prakrit. He had complete mastery over Sanskrit language. So Pandit Asadarji, who has done a commentary on Tatvat Sar, he has at some point of time in that book shown something which proves that Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev belonged to a Kshatriya family. All of our Tirthankars are from Kshatriya family. So they are very bold and dashing, these people, Kshatriya people, and they are very good warriors also. But Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, being a Kshatriya, he took a different path and he became a saint, and he followed the text that he has already got from earlier acharyas, and then subsequently he wrote a commentary on 3 or 4 of the texts, and Pursat Siddhupai is an independent creation of Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev and some other text. It's all written over there. He had complete mastery over Sanskrit language, both in his prose and poetry. Language flows according to feelings and is simple, easily comprehensible. Easily comprehensible means easily understandable and sweet. So the language is very sweet, and both prose and poetry. So Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev wrote Kalash on Samaisar Gathas, and simultaneously he did a commentary on Gathas also. So that's why it is written that he, both in his prose and poetry, language flows according to feelings and is simple, easily comprehensible, and sweet. He was always engrossed in spiritual thinking. So he had done a lot of contemplation. Consequently, all his creations are full of spiritualism of a high order. Since he was himself completely engrossed in spiritual thinking, the output that has come of Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev's writing also are very deep in spiritualism. Particularly the colors of Samaisar are such that they directly take you to the self-realization or the experience. Such is the language, flow of the language. All his works are in Sanskrit. He wrote prose and poetry both. Among his prose writings are his commentaries on the great works of Acharya Kunkun. So first one is Samaisar Tika, known as Atmakhyati. Then there is Pravachansar Tika, known as Tatparya Dipika. And then Panchastikai Tika, known as Samay Vyakhya. So these are different names given by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev himself. He has written these commentaries on the scriptuals written by Acharya Kunkun Dev. So these 3 commentaries form what they used to Trayodashi. The word in Sanskrit is Trayodashi. So these 3 books commentary, all 3 commentaries are written by Acharya Amritchandra Dev. Of course, later on, Acharya Jaisen has also written commentaries on this, but Acharya Amritchandra Dev was the first. Till then, nobody wrote anything on Kunkund Acharya Dev. Tattvats are poetic translation of prose sutras of Acharya Umaswami. Pursad Siddhi Upay, an original work on the life of householders. By original work, they mean that it is not a commentary of some other script. So it's an original work of Acharya Amritchandra Dev. The nature of violence and non-violence has been very realistically depicted in this work. So the other day we read the chapter of Ahimsa, non-violence, and there Acharya Amritchandra Dev had given a references from Pursad Siddhi Upay. This present essay is based on Pursad Siddhi Upay. So the name of the chapter is Path to Liberation. It is a fundamental fact accepted and experienced by all that all the living beings in this world are unhappy, and everybody wants to get rid of this unhappiness. So it is just an irony that we have lots infinite qualities in ourselves, and all those infinite qualities are locked. So we are not able to experience those qualities. We have infinite qualities, but what is the use if we are not able to manifest it in our modification? So that is what here it is being indicated about. That all the living beings in this world are unhappy, and everybody wants to get rid of this unhappiness. They also make attempts to do so, but since they do not know the correct path to the state of perfect happiness, all their attempts are in vain. So they do not know the correct path. Each of us is full of attributes, and among those attributes, happiness is one such attribute, and we are full of happiness, but we are not able to manifest it in our modification. Why? Because we don't know the correct path, how to go into our soul. So we don't know the correct path. So in spite of trying for so many years, we are not able to manifest happiness. All our attempts are in vain. We have wasted those opportunities. The basic question thus is, what is the real path to liberation? So this is how we come to the question, and this all backgrounds and these things are too good. Originally it has been written in Hindi, and then this translation. Of course, the translation is of not a very good quality, but simultaneously it is not of very bad quality also. So okay, it is quite okay. We are ready with Vitrag Vigyan 1 and Vitrag Vigyan 2, and maybe this week only they are going to share to me, and then I will be sharing with you, and then you can just go through it once, and then also you can refer when a question is being asked. It is just the same translation. We have not added or subtracted anything. It is the same thing, only the language flow of language has improved. And now further, we have found a way to translate this through chat GPT. And it is working out very well. And the quality is also very good. And trials are going on. If it is successful, then all the translation will be very fast, very fast. And till that time, still people are doing it. So the work has not stopped, but it's going on. So anybody from us, from this group also, if you are interested in this translation into English, you can always join that group. Describing the path of liberation, Acharya Amrit Chandra writes. So we were here. What is the path of liberation? So I would like somebody to read through. There is a conversation between a disciple and his teacher or the speaker. So Prakashji, you will read. You have the book. Prakashji is not able to unmute. Anyways, Aditi ji, you can try. Aditi ji Jain. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I have to start from sorry. We have to start from Acharya Amrit Chandra writes.
What is the path of liberation? Okay. We are already into the chapter. So second paragraph, what is the path of liberation? From there on, you go on reading till end.
Yeah. Okay. What is the path of liberation? Before this question is answered, it is desirable to solve the question what liberation is. Liberation means complete freedom from grief and pain. All unhappiness is full of restlessness. Liberation, therefore, must be without any restlessness. There is no complete happiness, that is, liberation, as long as there is even a little of restlessness. Describing the path of liberation, Acharya Amrit Chandra writes, the unity of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct is the path to liberation. All beings should try to follow this path. It is thus clear that the unity of three, that is, right faith, which means true belief, right knowledge, which means true understanding, and right conduct is the real path to liberation. The question now arises, what are right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct? Really speaking, all the three are modifications of the soul, that is, they are its pure modification. Discarding non-self substances to lean towards one's soul and to regard it as one's nature is right faith. To have real knowledge of the soul and other substances is right knowledge, and to merge oneself with one's sentient soul is right conduct. Explaining it further, Acharya Amrit Chandra writes, correct belief of the soul substance and other elements without any contradictory faith is right faith. One should try to achieve it always, since it is the nature of the soul itself. First of all, we should try to develop right faith, because path to liberation does not begin without achieving this. Of all the three, first of all, we should try to achieve right faith with all our strength, since in the presence of this attribute, both consciousness and conduct become right. Without right faith, all knowledge is ignorance, and all merits, including abstinence and rules of conduct, are unreal conduct. Disciple. How is right faith achieved? Speaker. First of all, with the help of study of the essential 7 elements, one should develop a sense of distinction between our own soul and all non-soul substances, and thus realizing the self, lean towards our ever pure soul. To attain realization of the self is the way to attain right faith. Disciple. And right knowledge? Speaker. The correct knowledge of purposeful multi-phased elements without doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness is right knowledge. One should always try to achieve right knowledge. Disciple. What are doubt, perversity, and indecisiveness? Speaker. Comprehending an object in 2 ways contrary to each other is doubt. Example. Is attachment towards spiritual beings merit or religion? Or is it silver or shell? Comprehending an object contrary to the intrinsic nature of that substance is perversity. Example, to regard merit as religion, to regard shell as silver, comprehending an object without certainty or and taste. Example, what is this? Question mark. Or it is something is called indecisiveness. Soul must be something, or to say something is there, or touching some soft substance is in the way. Disciple, please tell me something about right conduct also. Speaker, pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity or feelings, free from all passions of merits and demerits, and indifferent with the worldly attachments is right conduct. Right faith and right knowledge and right conduct are also called the 3 gems, and their unity leads one to liberation. Disciple, do we attain complete liberation and not heavenly existence by following these 3 gems? Speaker, heavenly existence is worldly. That which is the path of liberation cannot also be the path to worldly existence. The traveler on the path of liberation comes across undesirable merit and consequent heavenly existence due to merit bondage as a matter of the course. Following 3 gems is the way to complete liberation, not a path of worldly existence. Disciple, what do then monks following the 3 gems go to heaven? Why do then monks following the 3 gems go to heaven? Speaker, 3 gems are the cause of liberation only, but the partial attachment that is present in the lives of the monks is the cause of their bondage. Monks go to the heavens due to their guilt of merits. Disciple, do you call merit inclinations guilts? Speaker, it is not I, but Amrit Chandra Acharya who calls them so. If the 3 gems do not result in bondage, how do divisions of merit karmas, including heavenly life, associated with the soul? In the answer to this, he writes, the religion of the 3 gems is instrument to liberation only, not to heavenly lives. It is the fault of the merit operative consciousness that results in heavenly lives for the monk. Disciple, these monks follow the path of the 3 gems. How did they suffer from the bondage of the karmas? Speaker, the soul is without bondage to the extent it follows the path of the 3 gems. Bondage present is only to the extent of passions like attachment and others. The Acharya asserts, the soul having right faith has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachment, etc. are there, lead to the bondage to that extent. The soul having right knowledge has no bondage to that extent. Whatever whatever passions, that's repeated. If we therefore want to annihilate bondage, that is to destroy unhappiness, we should follow the path of the 3 gems. That is the only way to get rid of the worldly turmoils and to obtain the supreme spiritual state of liberation.
So there are two things. One is Shuddhopyog or pure manifestation, and the other one is Shubhupyog. Shubhupyog is a kind of attachment. Okay, it is an auspicious attachment, and there is one Ashubhupyog also. So we have three: Ashubhupyog, Shubhupyog, and Shuddhopyog. Out of these three, Shuddhopyog is the pure religion, and the other two, Shubhupyog and Ashubhupyog, are influx, and they are cause of bondage. So, if we analyze the manifestation of the monks, enlightened monk, of course, then he has some portion which is manifested purely, wherein you have this right belief, right knowledge, right conduct. And then there is another part which consists of the attachment part. So there it is attachment, aversions, and all kinds of passions, and the thoughts, and the vikalp also. All these are into the other partition. So in one partition, you have this pure sentiments, and the other partition, you have all these auspicious and inauspicious sentiments. Okay, so there is a clear-cut demarcation between the two. Those two things are different. Okay, the auspicious and inauspicious sentiments never enters soul, and any of the qualities of soul does not go out and enter this auspicious and inauspicious sentiments. So two things are different, and if two things are different, then only we can practice discriminative knowledge. So this we have to comprehend the concept, and then of course practice the discriminative knowledge. So what is the path to liberation? So liberation means complete freedom from all kinds of misery. This is one meaning of liberation. Then, and the other meaning is liberation from all types of karmas. All the three types of karmas, I would say: dravya karma, bhav karma, and no karma. So a liberated soul has destroyed all these karmas. Okay, and then he have achieved this liberation. So what is the path of liberation? So the three gems are the path of liberation: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. So now, what is the right faith? Definition of each of the three gems. The path of liberation is the unity of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Right faith means true belief, right knowledge means true understanding, and right conduct is the real path to liberation. And now they asked they have asked this question: what is the right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct? Really speaking means they want to say, they are saying this from the real point of view. So we have conventional point of view, which is called Vyavharne, and we have real point of view, which is called Nischay Nay. So really speaking, all the three are modifications of the soul. So really speaking means they want to convey from the real point of view. Okay. All the three modifications of the soul, that is, they are its pure modifications. So all these three modifications, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct, is the pure modifications. Discarding non-self substances. So everything apart from us is non-soul substance. Discarding non-self substances to lean towards one's soul and to regard it as one's nature is right faith. They're given a complete definition. I will just read the Hindi first. Okay. Sarva Pratham, what you should do? तत्व अभ्यास से, ओके, सप्त तत्व का यथार्थ स्वरूप समझने का तथा पर पदार्थ और पर भाव में पर बुद्धि. So to have real knowledge of the soul and other substances is right knowledge, and to merge oneself with one sentiment soul is right conduct. So before that, right faith. Okay. So these three are the pure modification of the soul. Discarding non-self substances to lean towards one's soul and to regard it as one's nature is right faith. सब तत्व का यथार्थ स्वरूप समझने का तथा पर पदार्थ और पर भाव में पर बुद्धि, और उनसे भिन्न अपने आत्मा में आत्म बुद्धि पूर्वक त्रिकाली आत्मा के सन्मुख होकर आत्मानुभूति प्राप्त करने का उद्यम करना ही सम्यक दर्शन प्राप्त करने का उपाय है. So in simple words, we have been focusing our consciousness into the outside material only. From when? From time immortal. So what we need to do right now? So we need to change our inclination towards outside materials and shift our inclination to our soul. Okay. So from time immortal, we have been focusing outside, externally, and now we have to just change that direction. We have to focus internally into our soul. And once we take shelter in our soul, we can manifest right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. All the three gems gets manifested once our consciousness is diverted towards soul. So our consciousness has been operating, in fact, I would say our active consciousness, okay? It has been concentrating and focusing on the outside material from time immortal, and with this knowledge and these comprehensions, we can shift that inclination from external and outside material to internal and soul substances. So if we are putting our consciousness into our pure soul, then we are manifesting right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. So getting right faith is the first step in the path of liberation. Then next is Samyak Gyan. And what is this Samyak Gyan? Without three types of blemishes. What are these three? First one is Sansai. Sansai means doubt. So it is doubt, Sansai. Then second one is Viparya. Viparya is perversity. And third one is Anadyavasai, indecisiveness. Okay, is not able to take a decision. So first one, doubt. Comprehending an object in two ways contrary to each other is doubt. Is attachment towards spiritual beings merit or religion? Okay. शुभ राग पुण्य है या धर्म है, अथवा यह सीप है या चांदी. Is it a silver or shell? So he is not certain. He is in the process of taking a right decision, but he has not taken the decision yet, but he is in the process. The second one has already taken a decision and it is a wrong decision, and it is called Viparya, comprehending an object contrary to the intrinsic nature of that substance is perversity. To regard merit as religion or to regard shell as silver. So this guy has already taken a decision, but it is a wrong one. And the third one is Anadyavasai, comprehending an object without certainty. Anadyavasai means he is not certain what it is. So comprehending an object in two contraries, comprehending an object without certainty and test. Example, what is this? Or it is something, is called indecisiveness. We had this prime minister many years ago. He was an economist, Narasimha Rao. So people used to tell, or it used to come in the newspaper, that his biggest decision is indecision. So here also they are saying that he is not able to take the decision, and he is least interested in taking a decision or making out what it is actually. So he is least interested. Soul must be something, or to say something is there on touching some soft substance in the way. So these three are the blemishes which makes a knowledge a false knowledge. And if these three blemishes are not there, then it is a right knowledge. So right belief, then right knowledge, and then we come to the right conduct. What is this right conduct? pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity or feelings. समस्त सावध योग से रहित, शुभाशुभ भाव रूप कषाय भाव से विमुक्त, जगत से उदासीन रूप निर्मल आत्मलीनता ही सम्यक चरित्र है. Pure absorption of the soul without any sinful activity. समस्त सावध योग से रहित. So सावध योग is sinful activity. Free from all passions of merit. So all kinds of passions, whether it is auspicious or inauspicious, merits and demerits. So शुभाशुभ भाव रूप कषाय भाव से विमुक्त, जगत से उदासीन रूप निर्मल, and indifferent with the worldly attachments, is right conduct. So such is a long definition of right conduct. So right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct are also called the three gems, and their unity leads one to liberation. Heavenly existence is worldly, means heavenly existence is still in the world only, is still a mundane soul. That which is the path of liberation cannot also be a path to worldly existence. So, path of liberation and the cannot also be a path of worldly existence. So what they are trying to say here, जो मुक्ति का मार्ग है वही संसार का मार्ग कैसे हो सकता है? So both are opposite directions. So what is a path of liberation is not a path to worldly existence. Okay? Worldly existence is sansar ka marg. The traveler on the path of liberation, okay, comes across undesirable merit and consequent heavenly existence due to married bondage as a matter of course. So he is not desiring anything, but those auspicious bounding automatically happens when pure manifestations are manifested in the modification. So along with that pure modifications, we have modifications which are auspicious in nature, and with that part where there is an auspicious sentiment, there is an auspicious bondage. Okay, so two things going simultaneously. One is Shuddhopyog or pure consciousness, and the second one is Shubhupyog or the auspicious karma. Okay, both are going simultaneously, but the path of liberation, the portion which is manifesting the path of liberation, it leads to only liberation only. And the other part, which is related to the bondage, and that bondage is of auspicious in nature, and because of that bondage, this monks only, they achieve in being a celestial beings. Okay, so the reason is the auspicious karma, and because of that he has born as a celestial being. And the portion where there was pure manifestation, there, with that portion there is no bondage, and with that portion there is shredding of karmas and dissociation of karmas, and so there is a clear-cut difference between the two. One is Shubhupyog, which is again only auspicious karma, and there is a Shuddhopyog, which is a pure manifestation. So Shuddhopyog is a cause of liberation, and Shubhopyog is a cause of karma bondage. Why do then monks following the three gems go to the heavens? The three gems are the cause of liberation only, but the partial attachment that is present in the lives of the monks is the cause of their bondage. Monks go to the heavens due to their guilds of merits. So Shubhav is also an aparad. When it is an aparad, when you are planning to go to the pure manifestations, pure consciousness, then auspicious sentiment is also a cause of bondage. Okay? But when the soul is going downwards, okay, he is falling in the spiritual stages, Gunasthan gir raha hai. At that point of time, auspicious karma is needed. So there is a function of each of these three things. Impure soul or impurity, which is called inauspicious sentiment. Then we have auspicious sentiment, and then we have the pure soul. So pure manifestations is just because of the pure soul. Do you call merit, inclination guilds? It is not I, but Acharya Amritchandra Dev who calls them so. If the three gems do not result in bondage, how do divisions of merit karmas, including heavenly life, associate with the soul? जितने अंशों में रत्नत्रय है, उतने अंशों में अबंध है. जितने अंशों में रागादि के, उतने अंशों में बंध है. Okay? So, in the one manifestation only, there are two partitions. So, one part where the pure sentiments have manifested the three gems, and the other part is where there are all these passions, auspicious and inauspicious sentiments, and any other type of vibhav. Okay? The religion of the three gems is instrument to liberation only, not to heavenly lives. It is the fault of merit operative consciousness that results in heavenly lives for the monks. So monks are primarily focused to manifest pure sentiments. But just because they are not able to concentrate on that, they are manifesting auspicious karma. And through that auspicious karma, they are binding auspicious karma. And with that auspicious karma, they go to the heavens. These monks follow the path of three gems. How did they suffer from the bondage of the karmas? The soul is without bondage to the extent it follows the path of the three gems. So the portion where pure manifestation is there, that is without bondage. Bondage present is only to the extent of passions like attachment and others. And the portion which contains this attachment and others is a cause for the bondage of karma. The soul having right faith has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachment, etc. are there, lead to the bondage to that extent. The soul having right knowledge has no bondage to that extent. So the first one was right faith, and the second one is right knowledge. Okay, there is no repetition. Whatever passions like attachment, etc. are there, lead to bondage to that extent. The soul having right conduct has no bondage to that extent. Whatever passions like attachment, etc. are there, lead to bondage to that extent. So there is a mixture. One part is pure and the other part is auspicious sentiments. Okay. So the pure part is a cause of liberation, and the auspicious sentiment is a cause of taking birth in celestial beings, heavenly being. Okay. If we therefore want to annihilate bondage, if we want to destroy this bondage, to destroy unhappiness, we should follow the path of the three gems. That is the only way to get rid of worldly turmoils and to obtain the supreme spiritual state of liberation. So this is the only way, the three gems. We should manifest three gems in ourselves, and that is what we have got this valuable human life for. So if we are able to manifest those three gems, then we are a winner, because we will get liberated very soon. Once you have attained right knowledge, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct, then everything is very easy after that. But to get to the right faith is a bit difficult and challenging, and you have to just focus on the studies and comprehend it, contemplate it, and then you arrive at a right decision. So this is the only way to get rid of worldly turmoils and to obtain the supreme spiritual state of liberation. So in this whole chapter, the main takeaway is they want to show us the results of two different kind of sentiments to be different. One was the pure sentiment, which was a cause for stoppage of karmas, dissociation of bondage. And the other is pure, not pure, auspicious manifestation. And with that auspicious manifestation, you are binding auspicious karma. And due to that, you take life in heaven. And this is the main takeaway from this chapter. And so here the acharyas are motivating us and telling us to get these 3 gems. That is the first step. And after that, concentrate on the self or go into deep introspective meditation. So these are the 2 things that a monk is instructing us, guiding us, and we should follow their advice. So this was all about the path of liberation, the 3 gems. So now, if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we will. Our time is also over. So we are not doing anything new now. If you have any questions, then it is okay. Otherwise, we will close this.